So where do you come out on Richardson?
I'm a huge fan of who he is. I think there's a commonality among high performers, and it's that they've met adversity, welcomed it, and found a way to compete to be optimistic through it. Right? Psychology would say at the core of resilience is optimism. You tap back into Anthony Richardson's life story, and you see a guy that isn't just a big frame and a dramatic athlete who can do a little bit of everything, but he's a guy who's had to compete his whole life. So here's a story for you. At Elite 11, we ask all the quarterbacks to write an essay prior to them coming to the finals about when
Mm,
they've met adversity. And it's really cool to see what they write. Some talk about a high school state championship game. Some talk about being the backup quarterback. Some talk about real life stuff. And for Anthony Richardson, this is a guy who started playing football at 3, but he didn't have much when he was growing up. Didn't always have food, didn't always have shelter. Academically, he struggled in 8th grade. He had a 1.8 GPA. The basketball team said, hey, you've got to improve. From that moment on through the rest of his life, he's never had lower than 3.0. I say all that because I think we look at 4.44 or the crazy vert or, just the
right.
fascinating figure that he is physically. And I think you got to tap into the other stuff. Like, what is this guy's essence? And he's a competitor, and not just on the field of play, but academically throughout his life, throughout his early life, throughout his time at Florida. You talk to the coaches at Florida, they all rave about the type of person he is. They call him sometimes the best quarterback a lot of them have ever been around. You look at Billy Napier and his pedigree and where he's been. And then I just go to reps. I think we always want to judge these guys and they have to instantly be successful. Same thing from high school to college, like the book that you referenced, same thing from college to the NFL. Well, how about a redshirt year? This guy had less than
Yeah.
400 pass attempts in college. Let's just let him get to the league and clean up some of his mechanics, which will, I think, be cleaned up when he goes to the right place, finds a coach that can really coach him and get after it. Because his upside is special. We know that physically. And the tenor of his mindset, to me, is that Ted Lasso effect that you reference of, okay, this is somebody I want to sign up and roll with.